of real estate investment experience. I hope you can learn from my past experience and realize your dreams of financial freedom and a happy life. For English subtitle, please click the screen and press CC. Hi, today I want to share with you why we should finance our real estate investment. Very simple answer to this question. Without finance, our savings can never catch up the price increase of the housing market. Do you remember that I shared with you a woman worker in my garment factory in the mid-80s last century? She didn't like to borrow from the bank. She wanted to save enough money to buy a house with all cash. When she saved up to $40,000, the original $40,000 house already increased to $80,000. When she saved $80,000, that house already increased to $200,000. She never saved enough money to buy a house, so she just missed all the golden opportunities that the housing market offered her at that time. Without finance, very few people can afford to invest in real estate market. Successful investors all finance their investment. Finance is a must for successful investors and business owners. They are all rich people. Poor people save their money in the bank, and the bank loan their savings to the rich people for them to develop and expand. It seems finance or not finance is a dividing line between the rich and the poor. Finance or loan from the bank is necessary to be successful in your investment or in your business. How does this work? Let me show you a mortgage payment diagram. The bottom line is the timeline. From the left going down to the right is the interest line. From the left bottom to the right top is the principal line. So you borrow a mortgage from the bank. You make payments by month of the time frame when you need to pay back your loan to the bank. Your monthly payment includes two parts, the interest and your principal, the amount of money you borrow from the bank. So your monthly payment, you can see from the beginning, it contains mostly or almost 100% interest. The interest line is on the top. Your payment contains very little to 0% principal. When you pay up to the midpoint, your monthly payment contains equal interest and principal. After the midpoint, the principal increases over the amount of interest. At the end of your payment term, the last payment would contain almost 0% of interest. At that time, your principal and your interest are paid off. Let's make an example. We are buying an investment property in New York City for the price of $800,000. We have $300,000 down payment. We need to loan a mortgage from the bank of $500,000 to finish this purchase. If we are lucky enough, like before the March of 2022, the interest rate remained between 3 to 4% for a few years. For example, we get a very good rate of 3.5%. For a mortgage of $500,000, our monthly payment would be about $2,200. There would be about $300 other expenses. Our monthly expense is $2,500. Our $800,000 house can rent out for a monthly rental income of $2,500. If you cannot get this amount, it is not a good investment. You should not choose it. So we get $2,500. Let's make a very conservative assumption to estimate our investment return. In order to convince those chickens, those cowards who dare not step into the investment field, I use this very, very conservative, not realistic assumption to show you why you should invest in real estate. We assume that we are not going to increase the monthly rent for 20 years. We also assume that the price of our house remain unchanged. What is our investment return? So our rental income remain $2,500. We have enough income to cover our 20 years of expenses. Our down payment was $300,000. $500,000 was paid off by our rental income. Our investment return is $500,000, or say 166%. After 20 years, we have two options. If we sell the house, then we have $800,000 in hand instead of $300,000. The other option, we continue to rent out and we will get our cash income of $2,500 without any payments. Our mortgage would be already paid off. So this is too conservative. Reality is, in New York City, the average return is 100% every 10 years. The value of your property would double in 10 years. In my case, it's much more than that. You remember I purchased a $260,000 house in 1996 and sold that house in 2007 for $1.5 million? Quadruple, not even double. But let's remain conservative because there are lots of coward chickens out there. They stay in the sideline for most of their life without taking the first step. So let's assume our $800,000 property didn't double in 10 years, but increased in value by 50%. After 10 years, our $800,000 house would increase to $1.2 million. And our monthly income increased from $2,500 to $5,000 per month. At that time, how much equity do we have? We should have $900,000 equity, $300,000 down payment, $400,000 appreciation, and another $200,000 paid principal. We know from the mortgage payment diagram, on the left-hand side of this midpoint contain more interest payment than principal payment. So we cannot assume at midpoint we already pay half of the mortgage principal. We pay maybe $200,000 out of $500,000 mortgage. So $300,000 down payment plus $400,000 appreciation plus $200,000 principal paid. We have $900,000 equity in hand. Rental income increased to $5,000. That means after the $2,500 payment, we still have a cash flow of $2,500 per month. We don't need to wait 20 years to gain our benefits. We can take advantage of the benefits this investment property provided to us. At the end of the 10th year, we can get a $500,000 equity loan against our $900,000 equity. Most banks can loan to us because we have $900,000 equity. Banks usually provide 60 to 80% equity loan. Okay, now we get $500,000 equity loan. Then we need to pay back. You remember we have $2,500 surplus. Then we can use this to pay the monthly payment for the equity loan. Then we use this $500,000 as a down payment to buy our second investment property of $1 million or even higher. I want to use a $1 million as an example. Let's say we'll buy a $1 million house with $500,000 down payment. Then we need another $500,000. So we will use the second investment property as collateral to apply for a mortgage loan. After the purchase, we can rent out this second investment property for at least $4,000 rental income per month. If not, then don't buy it. $4,000 for a $1 million house is minimal. So let's assume we get $4,000 monthly rental income. We spend another $2,500 to pay the mortgage for the second investment property. We have $1,500 cash flow. Another 10 years passed. Our first mortgage of the first investment property would be paid off. So the first investment property only has the equity loan of $500,000 against it. Now how much equity do we have? Another 10 years bring us another 50% increase in value. Our $1.2 million house would become $1.6 million minus $500,000 equity loan. We have $1.1 million equity. With $1.1 million equity in hand, what are you going to do? Of course, you can sell it, pay back the $500,000 equity loan, and get this $1.1 million cash and use it to buy a $2 or $3 million house. Or you can continue to collect your rental income, and you can continue to apply for equity loans to buy more and more investment properties. I would continue our previous operations and expand our investment horizon. If you want to discuss about your investment or you need suggestion and advice, put your comments in the comment area and I will discuss with you and give you advice and suggestions. Thank you. If you like my videos, please subscribe and share to more people so more people can benefit from my past experience. Feel free to leave any comments, suggestions, and questions. Thank you very much.